Hi there, good to see you. You're watching Cruise1st TV. I'm Derek and this is my TV wife. In fact, one of my two TV wives, Jo Grimwood.
I don't feel special anymore.
No,
that's all right.
I'm
Polly,
so sorry.
If I can share you with Polly, that's fine. That's right.
Yeah, no.
I'll accept that.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine. And just in case anyone was wondering, especially with everything that's been going on. In fact, we weren't wondering. I think Mr. P and his sarcastic manner were wondering. We are actually friends on and off screen. There are no issues
Everything
whatsoever.
you see here is like extended.
She's not about to dump me.
Not at the moment, but we'll have a conversation later. That's for sure.
Okay, yeah. It's all good. All good in the hood.
Absolutely not. You know, in fact, we've been cruising together on a couple of occasions now.
Yes.
Speaking of which, how do you fancy taking a cruise with the big brand of Royal Caribbean? Well, that's what this next half hour is all about, as we showcase 3 fabulous deals, taking in the best of the Med, Australia and New Zealand, plus the Caribbean for Christmas. Yes, please.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Turkey in the sunshine.
Oh.
Lovely.
And I tell you what, they really do Christmas at sea like nothing else. And I just think, you know, we don't have to buy any groceries. We don't have to prepare guest rooms for people coming to stay. Don't even really need to buy presents. The
You
cruise
just don't have to be here.
present.
You can be on holiday.
You can
Amazing.
be on holiday. Exactly. In
Right.
the tropics.
That's coming up later. So let's get cracking because we've got some wonderful offers in this show. Of course, we all love Royal Caribbean. It kind of comes with its own introduction, really. It's so loved by multi-generational groups of cruisers, whether it's just, you know, couples or it's whole families or it's groups of friends that go away. Everyone has an amazing time with Royal Caribbean. And if you've got the kids with you, honestly, absolutely brilliant, because with the best will in the world, you'll never see them because they've got so many groups and things that they can be part of, and that's where they'll want to be. They'll be like, no, I'm not coming to look round so and so with you. I'm here.
Well, Derek, they have Adventure Ocean on Royal Caribbean, and it's like, I mean, it's literally open until the wee small hours of the morning, and they will not want to leave. So, you know, so much fun for the kids to enjoy. But here's our first offer for you. We're heading to the Greek Isles and the Western Mediterranean from Athens for 14 nights. Now, this cruise is available on various dates from May to October next year, and we'll be giving you a price in this show based on the 16th of September, when we will fly you to Athens in Greece to embark Voyage of the Seas in the port of Piraeus. Fantastic. Now, the Voyager of the Seas is, I tell you what, I mean, this is a classic Royal Caribbean favourite. It really is a lovely vessel. It was one of the first big mega ships, shall we say, at sea, the Voyager. So you've got those that incredible atrium, which is almost like a kind of mini Vegas shopping village. You've got the shops going through. You've got some restaurants there as well. Flow Rider. I mean, there's a lot of characteristic and iconic parts of a Royal Caribbean vessel that you probably will have heard about, such as the ice rink, the Flow Rider, the rock climbing wall. They do these great parades through the atrium. When it's 70s night,
they are brilliant.
Aren't they brilliant?
Really good. I hadn't realised when someone said to me, "Oh, do you know what, they do parades on cruise ships?" I thought, you know what, it'll be 5 people max. Oh my word, it's like the whole crew all dressed up and whatever. It's absolutely spectacular. Honestly, such good fun. And I honestly thought, well, there's no way it could be that big an affair. It'll be, you know, like 2 minutes and it's done. In fact, I've seen, you know, carnivals that haven't been anywhere near the kind of parades that you have in these ships. They're brilliant.
They properly go to town, and depending on the theme, everyone will be dressed differently. They'll be getting the crowd up and running. Johnny Rockets, this is delicious food, burgers, shakes, fries. Really, you'll notice some of these brands and recognise them as well. We are cruising out of the port for Athens, Piraeus, and the first port we'll be heading into is going to be your fabulous Mykonos, Greece. This is that chic and beautiful whitewashed back street, blue building, kind of iconic place you'd imagine. Shani is our next port, and this is a place of great archaeological history, including the Palace of Knossos there. Loads of museums as well to enjoy. We're on into Zakynthos, Greece next. Beautiful Mediterranean coves, lovely beaches. You can go and see the loghead turtles on an excursion in the harbour, which is great. On to Kotor, UNESCO World Heritage Site. Beautiful city walls, lots of lovely medieval architecture, and the Cathedral of St Tryphon as well. Split, this is a real favourite amidst adventurers over to this part of the world, and it has beautiful ruins and fabulous shopping. Stroll the streets for great pictures. We're on into Venice, or Ravenna, the port for Venice, where you can visit Piazza San Marco, the Rialto Bridge, as we just drink in the ambiance of this city on the water. On into Messina next, and this is where you can visit the gorgeous city of Taormina, head into Messina Central to see the cathedral and grab a cannoli and just walk the streets. Next is Naples, and this has so much to offer. You might want to start by enjoying 3,000 years of history in the lost city of Pompeii and the accompanying museum. Next, it is the port for Rome, Civitavecchia, where you can see all of those iconic sites, the most visited ancient wonder of the world on earth, which is the Colosseum. So imposing and amazing. Livorno is our port for Cinque Terre, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, or indeed Florence. You have to take your pick there. They're all wonderful things to see in this part of Italy. Next up, we're into Toulon, France, where you can enjoy beautiful architecture, but again, that quintessentially French flair that we'd expect from this part of the world. We're cruising into Barcelona, where we'll disembark, and of course your end-to-end flights are included. Port Intensive. It's a wonderful Mediterranean adventure. You've got 11 different ports. If you're a history and archaeology lover, this is an absolute must.
Yeah, brilliant this one as well, that you're starting in Athens and finishing in Barcelona. So if you wanted to add stays in either of those, of course we can make that part of the holiday as well. And you can book it as a complete package with us here at Cruise1st. You can also put a low deposit down on this one as well, because this is for September next year. So £199 each today, and we guarantee that the price with your flights and the 14-night cruise with Royal Caribbean is here at 1,849 per person. It's amazing. There are other dates, slightly different itineraries, but running basically from May to October next year, and you can actually join the cruise either in Athens or indeed in Barcelona as well. So they'll be doing different itineraries. So you can check those out on our website for next season. But if you want to go for this date at 1,849, you're going to get a very, very, as Joe says, port intensive 14-night cruise with Royal Caribbean, and a nice little getaway that you can put a low deposit on today. Here's your upgrades for the cruise, going up to ocean view, balcony or suite on that. In fact, if you're going balcony, you'd definitely go suite on that one, wouldn't you? Because it's so close. It really is. Absolutely fantastic. 14 nights on Voyager of the Seas, 11 ports in the Med, starting off in the port for Athens, Piraeus, and ending in Barcelona. So as I said before, if you want to add a couple of nights stay in either of those or both of those, talk to the team, because we can make it happen. 0800 953 4700. I tell you what, Royal Caribbean though, to cruise with, they are such fun, because if you like to be on the go, they're absolutely brilliant. But also, even if you're more of a sit down and stop person, which I have to admit, I don't know, I'm becoming a bit more 50-50 I think these days, but watching people do these activities is just as much fun as actually doing them. I mean, the first time I did the climbing wall, I always used to think, what's the big deal? And then I did it, and then I'm like, okay, now I get it completely and utterly. Sometimes these things, you see them in the footage, but you think, oh, what's so special about that? Try it. Got to be done. I tell you what, it's worth doing, even if you don't make it to the top and ring the bell, which I haven't yet. But
it has to be done.
Well, it's a long life, so you know what, still time to do it. Right, going down under next.
We're going to an adventure like no other, and on a brand new vessel as well. It is the ultimate Australia and New Zealand adventure with a Sydney stay for an entire month. That's right, 30 nights. 9th of November next year, we're going to fly you down under to Australia for a 2-night pre-cruise stay in Sydney. Now, of course, it's winter in England. It is summer in Australia in November.
Yeah, we always forget that, don't we? Our seasons work, completely differently to Australia, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, I just love the idea of flying into the height of summer in Sydney, because it will be beautiful weather, and Sydney has very similar climate to Spain, Portugal and California, so it has that beautiful sort of dry heat. I tell you what, there's so much to enjoy in Sydney, and it's a varied city. It's where it's the reason everybody gravitates to Sydney when they visit Australia. And 2 nights will get you acclimatised, get you seeing all the sights. Maybe you'll do a little spot of gallery hopping, or just enjoy the parks and Taronga Zoo. You can traverse the Sydney Harbour Bridge as well.
Lovely.
After your 2-night stay, guess what? We're going brand new action with Royal Caribbean.
Yeah,
how about a
Ovation
round of applause?
Seas. Yeah, beautiful quantum class Ovation.
Yeah.
She's fantastic. Of course, you know how celebrated the quantum class is with Royal Caribbean, and Ovation is one of the absolute showpieces of the fleet. Massive Seaplex area inside. We've seen that before on the other, on Anthem, of course, as well.
Trapeze, Derek.
Yeah.
Dodgem cars.
And it's brilliant to do. It's great fun to do.
Roller disco.
The more there is to do, the more interesting your cruise is, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know we've had a lot of conversations about this as well, because we like to go out and do these adventures. You know, when we were recently on a vessel, we sort out the entertainment as well. So I think it's just nice to have that option, even if you've never done it before. Why not push your limits a little bit, but in a safe environment? Because when you're on a cruise, you know, you're on 25 nights, you have that safe kind of warm blanket of security, knowing that everything's right there for you. Yeah. You have a wonderful team of staff to make everything as easy as possible. And then there's lots of things that you might already be familiar with doing while you're on a cruise. Of course, you've got your nightly dining options. If you like to do traditional and go to the dining room at a set time, you can absolutely do it. If you really want to have the experience of a lifetime and try some of the sumptuous specialty dining, those options are also on offer for you as well.
Can I just say as well, if you go on holiday with the family and you think, okay, do we all have to go to the same restaurant at the same time every night? No is the answer. You can go off and do different things if you want to. That's the great thing. The flexibility of cruising means that even if you're with bigger family groups, you can go off and do your own thing, get together when you want to. So everyone still has their own holiday, yet you're all on holiday together, if that makes sense. It's brilliant.
It's a brilliant point, actually. So we are cruising out of Sydney, and the first port we'll be heading into is in the Great Barrier Reef. It's Airlie Beach, where you can see the Heart Reef. Take either a helicopter or a glass-bottom boat, snorkel dive, do whatever you have to see the reef. Cairns is up next for the Daintree Rainforest, Cape Tribulation, Corunda Railway, and more sightseeing of the Great Barrier Reef, because you won't ever be done with this place, let me tell you. Scenic cruising takes us through Willis Island, where we can again enjoy the wonder, one of the natural wonders of the world, the largest natural reef on Earth. It is incredible. We are into Sydney, and of course we will have a little bit of extra time here. You might want to head to the Hunter Valley or the Blue Mountains even to enjoy the surrounding areas. Next we're into Adelaide. Adelaide's known as the 20-minute city, super easy to navigate. The Barossa Valley is at your fingertips. There's also the lovely wildlife reserves nearby. Hobart next, the Apple Isle. Tasmania, beautiful. Known for its craft industry, lovely sort of fresh cheeses, beers, wines, everything made locally. It's wonderful. And then we're back into Sydney for another day, where we can explore perhaps anything we've missed, including the incredible Taronga Zoo or perhaps even the Blue Mountains. They are gorgeous. Before heading into the Fiordland National Park of New Zealand. Yeah,
the reason we keep dipping back into Sydney, by the way, is this is 3 different cruises. So you could take actually 1, 2 or all 3 as we're showing you together. This one is taking you into New Zealand. The Fiordland looks amazing,
Milford,
doesn't it?
Doubtful and Dusky Sound, incredible. Dunedin's our next port in New Zealand, where you can see Dunedin Castle or meet the rarest sea lions in the world. Perhaps go to the Otago Settlers Museum to step back in time. Into Christchurch, maybe a spot of punting or kayaking, they're known for that. Take a little walk on Quail Island or zip line in Christchurch, see those lovely views. Wellington's up next, and this is where you can head up to see Te Papa Museum, and of course there's the rich Maori heritage in New Zealand. Beautiful botanic gardens as well. On to Pitong. We can walk or cycle the Queen Charlotte track, visit Kaipupu Wildlife Sanctuary, because there's lots of natural beauty and geothermal beauty in New Zealand, of course. So there's lots of natural springs, geysers, that kind of thing to see. So we are back into Sydney to disembark after this incredible adventure. And as you mentioned, Derek, it's several cruises in one that we're offering you in this package. So you are getting so much.
Back to back to back this one.
Yes, exactly.
Which is really, really good. So actually, if you want to rewind back through this show, basically every time she stops at Sydney, that's the end of that cruise, and then another begins, and then another. But on this package, you're actually doing 3 cruises in a row. So if you did want to break those down, for instance, into just the New Zealand one at the back end, again, what we can do is arrange to fly you out to Sydney a couple of nights before that one starts. But because we've got such a good deal on the whole jolly lot, 30 nights all told this, isn't it, including your stay in Sydney and plenty of extra visits along the cruiseway as well. £199 deposit, and let's show you the price tag for the whole jolly lot. this, because it was such a good deal for the whole thing, considering, remember, of course, flights to and from Sydney are included, and of course that's a hefty chunk of money if you think about it. And actually, you know, price rises in flights means that next year, if we were looking at this offer at the beginning of next year, then maybe the flight price is altogether very, very different. So this, to get the, 25 nights of cruising and the stay in Sydney and the flights to and from, this is absolutely brilliant as a price tag. But remember, you can break the cruise down into smaller sectors if you like as well, because this is 3 cruises together. Here's the details as well if you want to upgrade, and that's across all 3 of those cruises together though. So actually, you think about it, that's a brilliant price if you want to go ocean view or balcony on that one. I mean, listen, we are going a long way here. It's kind of a go big or go home kind of affair, isn't it? It's great to be able to put that low deposit down now as well, isn't it? Of just £199 each. Now, as it is, it's a 2-night stay in Sydney when you first fly out, but if you want to make that longer, then again, you can just talk to the team and we can adjust that for you very, very easily indeed. 0800 953 4700. And just to let you know that Australia and New Zealand, the season going from 2024 into 2025 is now on sale as well. So from October next year through to March in 2025, Ovation and Quantum of the Seas are doing 14 to 30 night sailings out of Sydney and out of Brisbane as well. Now, with the low deposits for booking in advance, that's well worth knowing now as well. So of course you can check that out on our website, Cruise1st.tv, or of course you can always speak to our team anytime you like. Any questions you've got, 0800 953 4700. So many people put these big holiday plans safely in our hands, and here's why.
With over 20 years of travel experience, when booking with Cruise1st, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. As a fully bonded member of APTA and Atoll Protected, you have the peace of mind that your booking is safe with us. We've been on your TV screens for over a decade, and we guarantee the best cruise prices. If you find one of our offers cheaper elsewhere on TV, then we'll match or beat that price. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday with many of our deals. Just pay a deposit today, and then you have until your due date to pay your balance. Plus, we're one of the highest rated cruise agents on Trustpilot, with over 6,000 independent reviews, so you can be fully confident when booking your next holiday with Cruise1st.
Yeah, it's well worth knowing, actually. Again, I say this all the time, but if your booking is in safe hands, it really is in safe hands with people that have been in the business for a long time. And actually, remember, our company, of course, our global company, or we have offices and centres around the world, including in Australia as well, which is definitely good to know. So you've got that kind of global protection as well, in addition to what we've got here. It's all good experience. It means we've got the right people in the right places in our organisation, because travel's difficult, right? Isn't it? It's not easy. It's like trying to knit yogurt, trying to get travel to sit still and stay at one price and all of that kind of thing. But our team, they do it. They won't give up.
Well, we're your personal, concierges when it comes to booking your travel.
Yeah.
And that's a big job, and considering all the different variables that go into a trip, we have another one for you. And this is special, this one, because it's going to allow you to get away at that time of the year that so many of us secretly wish we could get away for, Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Have you thought about it before?
Definitely.
I bet you have.
Yeah.
How would it be if I went away for Christmas and had everything done for me? Well, you can find out, because we actually have a great trip for you. It leaves on the 13th of December next year, and the title of this one is Southern Caribbean Christmas with a Miami Stay.
Lovely.
Into that beautiful, lush South Florida weather in December, we're going to fly you stateside for a 2-night pre-cruise stay in Miami. Now, this is a wonderful time to be in Miami. I was there in December at exactly the same time that you'll be going, actually.
Oh, yeah. What was going on? What was going on?
What was going on? What is not going on in Miami? There's always something going on because it's a great tourist destination, but at the same time, it doesn't feel touristy. I always feel like, you know, this part of Florida, because a lot of people, of course, live here and enjoy the actual vibe of being in this part of the world. It's very stylish, it's very vibrant, you've got wonderful dining, you have an incredibly rich architecture and art vibe, and then we're going to be joining the Explorer of the Seas. We're on here for 11 nights, and this is going to include Christmas Day, where you will be sailing on Christmas Day. What's it going to be like on board on Christmas Day? Well, they really do go to town. There's wonderful decorations everywhere. They usually have a big gingerbread house in the atrium. They'll do Christmas dinner in all the different venues. You could actually have it a couple of times if you want to. And you'll have Santa. If you've got the kids on board with you, Santa and the elves will be visiting. You can absolutely get your turkey with all the trimmings. But if you want to go, oh, I'm going to have an Italian style meal for my Christmas dinner, you might want to go and have fish or lamb or something different, right? You don't have to have the traditional one. And
that would be one day to hook up to the Wi-Fi and FaceTime the folks.
Oh, yeah.
And go, here we are.
Look where I am.
Hi, how are you? Oh.
That is the Caribbean Sea in the background.
Well, it's grey outside.
Exactly.
There, quite blue here.
I love it. No fuss. And you've got people doing your laundry for you, making your bed for you. You do not have to lift a finger on Christmas Day. And maybe you're going to go away with all the relatives. You know, just pack everyone up. Say, look, we're going away this year for Christmas. No more stress. Let's do it. Party the night away in the disco on Christmas Day. Of course, you can go shopping. I mean, there's not many places on earth you can actually go shopping in a boutique on Christmas Day, is there?
Very true.
And go and watch a show on Christmas Day. This all happens when you're at sea. Oh, and there's an ice show as well. Brilliant. Cruising out of the port for Miami, you have a couple of days at sea, which will see us into gorgeous Puerto Limon, Costa Rica, where you can go to see the sloth sanctuary with the 3 and 4-toed sloths. Very cute. You then have the Ranga Rainforest. Colón, Panama's our next port. You can actually go and see the Panama Canal Museum right there. Rainforest also at your fingertips, lots of natural gorgeous wonders. Then we're into the walled city of Cartagena, which is simply mind-blowingly beautiful. Beautiful, vibrant colour around every corner, stunning architecture. It's very special. Around just at Aruba, guess what? We have an overnight in Aruba. Now, you can either do a night tour while you're there, go and catch a movie on Main Street in the Renaissance Mall. There's also a great little dining district if you want to eat outside of the ship, although I'm sure you want to enjoy what's on board. Jeep safaris, fantastic beaches, SeaWorld explorers. Speak to your team on board about this, because the shore excursions will tell you what's going on. Willemstad, Curacao, also lots to see and do there. Again, people that work on board the ship are very well versed at helping you plan your time and money in port, and they will allow you to get the best out of it. There's Santa, there he is. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day will both be spent at sea, which is great, and you'll see Caribbean Santa, who, you know, he'll be enjoying it. It's more casual, isn't he? He's got his waistcoat on, he doesn't have to have a big furry jacket.
Now, you fly back on this one on Boxing Day. Can I just make a suggestion? Stay in Miami for a couple of nights more. Or, when you get into Miami, why not fly to somewhere else in the States for a couple of nights? We can make that happen for you, no problem whatsoever. Let me show you the price first of all, because this is for next year, remember. So we're talking about for next Christmas. Look at that. 1599. Now, being away at Christmas, very, very tempting. If I said to you now at this time of the year, let's get you away for this Christmas, you might be a bit hesitant. You'd be like, oh no, actually the family probably need at least a year's warning and da-da-da. You need to put things in place, ducks in rows, don't you, to kind of warm people up to the idea. But this is for next Christmas, so you book it now, you've got plenty of time to break the news where it needs to be broken. And in fact, actually, rather than just breaking the news to those people, thinking, oh, they're going to be disappointed, they won't be happy with us, take them with you. £199 each deposit right now. You can take them with you and you can say, look, should we do another Christmas where we're all sat round the table? You know, you've got all the extra chairs out. Some are down there, some are up there. Some people are sat on the table, cross-legged. There's not enough room for everyone. Gravy everywhere, turkey, oh, the oven's broken, you know, all of that kind of stuff that goes on at Christmas. Do you know what I mean? Same old, how's the way of cleaning this up? Same old rubbish on the telly. Do you know what I mean? You can watch any time these days because everything's on demand, isn't it? So there's no reason not to go away over Christmas, is there really? Low deposit right now can make it happen. Anyway, let's get the upgrade details as well. So if you want to go from inside up to ocean view, up to balcony, up to suite, there are your prices there for you. It's a lovely package, I have to say. Remember, the flights are included, the Miami 2-night hotel stay included, 11 nights of cruising with Royal Caribbean, of course, on Explorer around the Caribbean. You fly back to the UK, as I say, on this one as it stands on Boxing Day, but I would definitely want to add a couple of extra nights somewhere else. Imagine, actually, you think about it, Boxing Day, if you flew off to somewhere like New York, you could maybe spend some time in New York. Maybe stretch out to New Year. Or maybe, you know where else I'm thinking, don't you? Boxing Day. I mean, listen, somewhere where it's Christmas every day. Viva Las Vegas. Just an idea. Anyway, talk to the team. 0800 953 4700. Right, let's do some quick picks now. These are some of our best-selling Royal Caribbean packages that are on offer for you right now. First one is RC450, which is the best of the Rockies and Alaska Inside Passage. I think we've had a show dedicated to this one. In fact, haven't we, very, very recently? One of our best sellers right now. 23rd of April next year. You can book this one now as well from just £199 per person deposit, and the price tag starts from $2,199. Again, we've got a show called Best of the Rockies and Alaska Inside Passage, which you can watch, or you can go to our website and just look up RC450. Another bestseller and an exclusive for us right now is the middle one there, RC448, which is Southampton, Spain, Bermuda and New York over 16 nights with Anthem of the Seas, starting from $1,299 per person. That goes on the 15th of October. Not too long to wait for that one. Amazing. It's going to be such a good deal, and it's selling up very, very quickly. More details on the website, of course, Cruise1st.tv. Pop in RC448. And the last one there, Thailand and Malaysia with a Bali and Singapore stay there. 2 weeks there with the cruise on Spectrum of the Seas, 4th of February. Now, in that package, there's a 5-night stay in Bali and a 2-night Singapore stay as well for $1,849. That's ridiculous. You want to jump on that one now on the web, Cruise1st.tv, and pop in RC449. And there are other dates on that package from pretty much around now through to April in next year, but obviously price will vary by date, and you can talk to the team or check out the website, of course, Cruise1st.tv. That's some of the best sellers there. We're in an amazing place right now. We haven't been there for a good few years, actually, with cruise travel. There are some amazing late opportunities for you to take. I would urge you to check those out on the website. You've got lots of no-fly cruise options as well, both for this year and for next year, even booking into 2025 right now. It's so busy, isn't it, at the moment? Cruise has gone crazy.
It's nuts, yeah. And everyone, you know, is being wise and booking ahead, because that's what you need to do. You need to get ahead of the game and have these incredible adventures to look forward to. Have a good look at what we've offered you today. Check this show out. You can watch it again if you're watching on YouTube. You can scroll back and see what you might have missed, or you might have it recorded on your Sky. Anyway, this is really, really important, because things will start to happen. We will start to see price increases. I think it's paramount to get those in the diary.
Yes, talking to YouTube, we're on there 24 hours a day, even when they're not on the telly. So tell your friends, and we're back in just a few moments with even more. See you later.
Catch you later.